This week on Ding Cooks, episode 60, our steak sandwich. Look at that, that just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Look at how good that looks. Let's look at our board and get started. So for our steak sandwich, we need a 250 gram steak, half a white onion, half a red onion, some gouda cheese, some focaccia bread. We'll make our pepper sauce. And we're going to top it all off with some arugula for our steak sandwich. So episode 60, we finally made it this far. One of my favorite things, I love a bit of steak. Well, why not a steak sandwich then? Get this going quickly. We need to get two things on the go. Number one's going to be our onions, number two's going to be our steak. So we'll just give our steak a little bit of that. A little bit of that, we'll give it a wee flip. And then, same again. A little bit of that. Oh, great, that'll be okay. And we will put that off just there. What we're going to do now is get this going nice and hot. We're going to turn on our fan because the thing that's going to take the most time is our onions. So a nice wee bit of butter goes in, about a tablespoon, straight in there. And then we're going to cut down our onions. Now we're using two types. We've got red and white. Why are we using red and white? The simple reason being the red onion will give us a little bit of bite. The white onion will give us more sweetness. And we're trying to cut these thin so that they go off quicker. Now you can hear that sizzling away. We'll get our onions in. Get them moving about, try and get them broken up. And what we're really looking to do here is get them all down in one layer. And then we're going to put some salt in. Now why we're putting salt in? The salt helps draw out the moisture. Just pulls the moisture out, which will mean these will caramelize up just that bit quicker. Bread's here, I'm happy with it. Cheese to go on top, arugula to go on top, our sauce. So we'll put our sauce on our another wee set of rings for our pepper sauce. This one is very much a cheese pepper sauce. It's one that I like to make. I figured out how to make this a while ago. And I say it is a cheater's one. It's not the proper sort of roasting your peppercorns and whatever else. This is what I use. This to me is the best cheat you can find. It is Lee Kung Kee black pepper sauce. Now the reason I like this is it is literally a black pepper sauce. So I'm going to put in about a tablespoon into there. We will put in some actual pepper. We have a few other wee things to go into because I like to muck around. As always, our lame parents. Get some of that in there. Wee drop of brandy. Just definitely helps with the flavour. It's nothing to do with alcohol. You put that in there and it just sings. A little drop of soy sauce too. I'm sure as it goes along, we'll think of a few more things that we can add and adjust. That'll start off there. Give these another wee go. And you can see sort of they're just coming up nicely. Once they sweat down a wee bit, when we take them off, put the steak in, the sauce is going, give that a wee mix. Normally if I'm doing a bigger batch of this, I'll actually add in some beef stock as well, a beef stock cube. But a smaller batch tonight, so we'll not do that. But that really does beef it up, gives it a lot of flavour. So it depends how far you want to go with your onions. I say they will continue to break down, continue to brown up the whole time. You can see how our sauce is coming along, looking good. Onions, they're looking good as well. We'll get the steak in there in a minute or two. The alcohol, that's the big thing with alcohol. People don't like to cook with it. And back with our episode with Eric, if you can remember back that far, he was cooking with wine. We were using white wine that day. And he talked about it where you're not actually cooking For the wine, or sorry, for the alcohol, you're cooking for the flavor of the wine. So almost using it like almost like a stock, because you're wanting to get those flavors out of the wine. Same for the brandy. Those are right. Those are sweated down so much. You can see there how much they've sweated down. Now we'll get our steak in. Sauce is still bubbling away. It's looking great. Steak's going in. And you'll hear it now. Now think about the steak. The steak will tell you when it's ready. If you try to lift it and it doesn't come away, let it be. You see there, because we're using it's nice and hot. That's what you want. That's how you're going to get a good sear and a good crust. Now our steak, as always, is coming from Victor at the Cool Shop. Check them out. Anything you need, anywhere in China, they are your boys. So let's try. Oh yeah. Lovely looking. Now with the focaccia, if you want, you can toast that again. I'm quite happy with it the way it is. And there you just see my sauce working away nicely. We will check the steak, because it's a smaller steak, it's a thinner steak. I don't want to overcook it. So we're going to aim for about 125. We're at 108 there at the minute. That's Fahrenheit. That'll not be long till it gets there. Then we'll take it out and let it rest. I like medium rare. That's the only problem with these thinner steaks. They go up in temperature very, very quickly. There's tail 126 Fahrenheit. We will have that in Queen's English later on. Oh yeah. Okay. Steak is ready. Give one wee last wee bit. And out. And let it rest. Now the pros, which I am not, they will let it rest for as long as it cooked. So if it cooked for 10 minutes, you let it rest for 10 minutes. This is 20-minute meals. We don't have that luxury. Yeah, we're all about the speed here. So we will put a wee bit of butter into this. I think that makes it. Butter at the end definitely adds a nice mouthfeel in the sauce. It just gives you that sort of glossy texture. So the only other way I know how to get that sort of texture is by adding bone marrow. Our steak, you can just see it there. It will rest for a few minutes and then we will slice it up. Of course, maybe in me, I have a wide selection of blue plates. If you haven't noticed, I like blue. 60 episodes deep. I hope you noticed by now. So we'll go for another wee. It's almost thick enough. That just needs to thicken up slightly and we are golden. The reason I want it a little bit thicker, don't do this. The reason I want it a little bit thicker is I don't want it to soak down through the bread. I want it to try and stay on the bread, you know, if we can. Right, we'll set it over here. That should thicken up nicely. Now, our steak is just about ready. Let's get a better, tighter angle on it. So all we're going to do with our steak is just slice it. Now sort of, just, yeah. So we'll just cut. Did we get the pink? Oh yes. Just blushing. Just no more, just trying to get it. So, now comes time to plate it up. There's the plate. We're going to take the bottom. Focaccia. Up there. Get our steak. Of course I couldn't pick a smaller cake, but sure. That is about life. Onions. Just get those over the top. Now a little bit of cheese. We today have gouda, because it's a gouda cheese. If you want, you can finish that however you want. For me, I'm going to touch the blue torch. If not, stick it in the oven on high for 2 minutes, something like that. Right? Now, our sauce. Nice and thick and rich. Just over the top. A little bit of arugula, or rocket, whatever you want to call it from where you're from. Over the top. And that's actually, I do like this. Oh, the fat man's eating greens. Yes, sometimes. And then on top. And that is your steak sandwich. And there is our finished article. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Steak sandwich. Nothing left to do but to try it. So our steak sandwich, it's too big. We're going to go in half. Let's see if we can get a good cross section here. Does it work? Yeah, I think that works. That looks pretty dirty. Okay. One thing left to do. That's too much already. Focaccia's brilliant. In it myself. Private kitchen. Your recipe. My steak, my sandwich. It looks dirty. It is. Damn, it's good. Right. See you next time. And that's the end of episode 60. 20-minute meals. Over and out.